There's a story watching Goose and he's blinking that you are shy. He's just talking Kiluya. Atiwe bana Goose amka mundo. Mundo ko papachu.
Nasema nini sasa?
Kaza Kiluya zao. You don't remember Haka Junction?
Haka Junction. What do you remember?
Musumbuku.
Somo. On Friday. Waters. Just waiting in the water.
Waiting the water.
In the water. In the water. In the water.
Am I going to be a timekeeper for this thing? Can you keep quiet and start?
Waters. Episode 23, part 3 of Kenya's premier sports video podcast, the 3 Quarters podcast. So we can say that 3QP is just as good. Today being the 7th of May 2017, we are shooting from Kilimani, and we want to thank our hosts for granting us this chance to shoot episode 23, which will be dropping in the course of the week on all our platforms, i.e. YouTube and Facebook. Not all our platforms, but YouTube and Facebook. We want to start by thanking the fans, the followers, the viewers, the subscribers. We don't take it for granted that you guys take about 30 minutes in a week to watch an episode of the 3 Quarters podcast. And on behalf of the 3 Quarters podcast, all we can say is shukran na asanteni sana. With every passing day, the Rugby World Cup in Japan in 2019 draws closer. As a matter of fact, on 10th May 2017, in Kyoto, Japan, they'll be conducting the draw for the pools for the Rugby World Cup 2019. It is as a result of this that us guys have created the Road to Japan hashtag to get you guys, to garner support and to get you guys behind the Kenya Simbas as they embark on what's going to be a very serious challenge for them. They take on Uganda, Senegal and Tunisia in Nairobi. They then go to Bulawayo to play Zimbabwe and wrap up with a game against Namibia in Windhoek. Therefore, jump onto the Road to Japan hashtag to support the Kenya Simbas because these boys are the superstars of rugby in Kenya. This is Ngashi official noisemaker,
Jerry Goose, Kenyana.
and we're going to part 3 where we show you guys that we are not all about rugby. We know other sports.
All-rounded. You're all-rounded.
And we start with football results, the English Premier League wrap-up. I'll read the results for this week quick first. Swansea beat Everton 1-0. Quite a shocker, by the way.
Yeah.
Bournemouth drew with Stoke 2-2. We had Burnley draw with West Brom, 2-2. We had Hull lose to Sunderland 2-0, though Sunderland are already relegated. We had Leicester beat Watford 3-0. We had Manchester City hammer Crystal Palace 5-0. We had West Ham beat Tottenham Hotspurs 1-0 on Friday. Then we had today being the 7th of May 2017. By the way, Friday 5th of May 2017. So today, 7th of May 2017, Liverpool drew with Southampton 0-0. And we had Arsenal a few minutes ago beat Manchester United 2-0. And then we have tomorrow being the 8th of May 2017, Chelsea are coming up against Middlesbrough. Now, even with these results happening, Spurs losing to West Ham on Friday, even if it's Arsenal beating United. Do you think it changes anything significantly from what we've said?
Nothing much.
Yeah.
Maybe the battle for 5th and 6th. That's what changes a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But as it is, Tottenham let the foot off the gun.
Yeah,
That's better. That's saying. Yeah, because they would have closed this, the gap kidogo.
Mm-hmm.
Right now they are 4 points away, and Chelsea still have a game in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the title is gone.
Yes.
I think Chelsea just might take it when they host Middlesbrough.
When they host Middlesbrough, and of course, by the way, Tottenham are coming up against Manchester United next week.
So it's Manchester might hammer them.
Yeah, it's not a given for Tottenham. Yeah. So I agree with you. I think the season was determined a long time ago. I don't think that anything is going to change significantly.
Nothing.
So anyway, we wait and see how the season plays out. Still on football, Champions League football was happening this past week. We had Real Madrid beat Atletico Madrid 3-0 at the Santiago Bernabeu. And we had Monaco lose to Juventus 2-0 at the Stade Louis in the Principality. Any shockers from that game? Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, a hat-trick.
Yeah.
Anything that was out there for you?
I thought Atletico would be more of a worthy opponent.
Yeah. Same here. That's true,
I thought maybe it would be a 1-0 or 2-1.
Yeah.
But Real will definitely be on top.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm glad that it's going this way for Real.
For Real.
I'm Team Zidane.
Yeah, many of us are Team Zidane. On 9th May, at the Juventus Stadium in Turin, we have Juventus taking on Monaco in the second leg of the Champions League semi-final. And at the Vicente Calderon on 10th May 2017, we have Atletico Madrid taking on Real Madrid. Do you think this tie is done?
The Atletico one. Okay, even the Monaco one.
Yeah.
As well be done.
Yeah.
Because Juve, these guys can defend.
Yeah.
So I don't think they might concede, if at all they'll concede any.
And they're going to be at home.
Them being at home,
Yeah.
this is already gone. I think it'll be a Juve Real.
I also predict a Juve Real final, and at that time is when, of course, the big boys are going to come out to play. In Kenya, we had our own big game, the Shemeji Derby. I even may have summoned it like a Jungu. The Shemeji Derby that happened.
Shemeji.
The Shemeji Derby that happened today, 7th May 2017, at Nyai Stadium. Gor Mahia whooping AFC Leopards 3-0. Do you have anything to say about that?
All my AFCs are failing me, Ghana. AFC UK, AFC here.
UK branch and Kenya branch.
They're just monkeying a bit. Shemeji ana Ruma.
No, Roma, but I
Just fix us up.
Hii ni mchezo bana. But
And
anyway.
I think they've been losing to Gor a lot.
Yeah.
In recent times. So I can only hope that they can step up kidogo.
So you want all your AFCs to change their
All my
managers?
AFCs.
To change their managers?
No. I still have some faith in one.
Still have some faith in one.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That was the Shemeji Derby taking place on 7th of May 2017. Gor Mahia coming out victors 3-0. We take you to the West, playoff basketball. The NBA is hitting the business end of the season. Quickly, I'll just take you through the current results as we stand of 7th May 2017. Golden State Warriors leading the Utah Jazz 3-0 in the series. San Antonio Spurs leading the Houston Rockets 2-1 in the series. In the Eastern Conference, the Boston Celtics are leading the Washington Wizards 2-1. And the Cleveland Cavaliers are leading the Toronto Raptors 3-0 in the series. Any shockers for you thus far?
Thus far, none.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but apart from these guys who are facing last year finalists,
Yeah.
at least win a game. These clean sweeps.
These clean sweeps they're too much, Bala. At least win one game.
Win one game.
Save
face kidogo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Boston? I remember you had called Houston Rockets beating San Antonio Spurs. Do you still think it's going to be the same?
I still think the Rockets are going to come out on top.
Yeah.
I still believe that, especially now that the Spurs have lost point guard.
Yeah, Tony Parker. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Rockets will just come out on top.
Come out on top. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Boston Celtics, do you think? I mean, because the reason I'm saying this is because I think the Cavs series and the GSW series is done.
Those ones are done.
Boston Celtics, Washington Wizards, do you think they're going to be able to?
Celtics will come out.
Celtics will come out on top. We'll just have to see. So
we'll wait and see.
So you're predicting Western Conference Final GSW versus San Antonio versus Houston
Rockets. Yeah.
Then Eastern Conference Boston Celtics versus Cavs. I'm predicting GSW versus San Antonio Spurs and Boston versus Cleveland Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference. That's the NBA. We are getting to the business end, conference finals. This is when it gets serious. So make a point of keeping tabs with the NBA and see what's happening in the US of A. Our bonus segment of the week. This is the part where we bring conversations that happen in bars, conversations that happen wherever it is that you talk about sports. Someone normally likes talking about boxing, and it's funny that you're talking about boxing today.
Yeah.
But anyway, his boxing is if you have a girlfriend who likes sports,
Mitch.
there for pillow talk can also be about this, not the match he's talking about. But anyway, our bonus segment for today is with Anthony Joshua winning last week against Vladimir Klitschko in Wembley. That was boxing heavyweight division. Do you feel that boxing is getting back to the way it was before, where heavyweight division ruled the scene of boxing or ruled the ring in this particular instance? What's your thought on that?
Well, we're not there, but I'd like to think that we're headed there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as one Gates mentioned earlier on, that with the likes of the entry of Money,
Yes.
Floyd,
Yeah.
they went a bit became a lot commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can see a boxer winning, fighting for 100 million.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a lot of color.
No, I mean, look, to be honest, the commercial aspect had always been there. Think about it. Rumble in the Jungle was 10 million, I think. Everyone was thinking 5 million, Ali and Foreman. So the commercial side, I think, was still there. Maybe
Still there,
in
but
terms of the weights.
The weights,
Yeah.
The weights, the commercial bit has really gone now to the lower weights.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was shocked. I was reading that Mayweather was named as the greatest pound for pound boxer.
Yes.
The last 25 years.
Yes.
By ESPN.
Yes.
Yeah. I always thought they mentioned maybe I lose Tyson there.
You like this Tyson guy, son?
I like Tyson. They would finish you with one.
Yeah. But anyway.
But you can see that. Okay, like last decade, the Klitschko brothers have been dominating the heavyweights. That's what those are the guys who are very synonymous with the heavyweights.
Yeah.
Maybe Lennox. That was just that time for Tyson. A bit. I missed the Holyfield Kidogo.
Yeah.
After the biting.
Yes. Yeah.
Tyson Fury.
Yes.
Most recent, but now he got a bit indisciplined with some medical investigations going on.
Yes.
Yeah. And I had him say that should he face Anthony Joshua, it would be his easiest bout.
Wow. That's very cocky.
Very, very cocky. But I'd like it to go back to the days when heavyweights were the guys.
From you personally,
from me personally.
You'd like it to go back to that way.
Not that I don't enjoy the Mayweathers.
Yeah, the Mayweathers. I think about it, and I'll use a simple analogy. The fanatics of James Bond franchise. The guys who have read the Ian Fleming books understand what Ian Fleming was trying to create with the James Bond character. Will tell you that they think that the actor who's depicted the role the best is Daniel Craig. Sean Connery included, by the way, who's a former.
The first Bond.
Who was the first Bond. But guys who are more of the entertainment aspect of the James Bond franchise will tell you that Pierce Brosnan is the best Bond that they've watched, the actor to depict the James Bond character. And they have a valid point because it's from an entertainment perspective. Now, using that's where I come into boxing. I think the boxing fanatics have really loved the last 10, 12, 15 years when Lennox Lewis exited the scene, and therefore it was Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao have been the guys who've been really dominating the scene over the last maybe 10 or 12 years. And therefore, for the boxing fanatics, they've really enjoyed what has happened. From an entertainment perspective, and that's where I come from, I preferred the days of the heavyweight boxing matches. And I've said this before, I've been privileged to have been brought up in a family where guys were watching sports. So I think the first bout I watched was Tyson versus Holyfield, the one for biting the ears. Lennox Lewis versus Hasim Rahman, both of them. Mengo, Dondi. Both bouts, one in South Africa, one in Vegas. Tyson versus Holyfield. Tyson versus Lennox Lewis, where Lennox knocked him out in the 8th round. So that's where Lennox versus David Tua, some Samoan guy. Those are the guys who I grew up watching, and that's when boxing was, I think, for me, we were having fun with the heavyweight. And I think it was also just the brute force that was involved in terms of, I think the lighter weights are more, the technical aspect of shoulder rolling and all that. So I will not lie and say that I'm speaking for the boxing fanatics. I enjoy the sport as a fan, and therefore I would like it to go back to the heavyweight days. But in all honesty, I also don't think that the heavyweight guys who are in the scene just now have the personalities,
some flair
to take it to the right level. But anyway, those are our thoughts. They are not, our opinions are not binding on anyone. Neither are they the opinions of the Three Quarters podcast crew. We can see the production team itching. But anyway, that has been our border segment for today. Episode 23, part 3 wraps up right now. We ask you guys to continue following us on Instagram, liking our Facebook page, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. This is Ngashi, official noisemaker.
Jeringus, Kenyana.
And until next week, keep it live, keep it locked. Cheers, guys. Santeni sana.